Welcome back to our channel, dear viewers. Today, we're embarking on an extraordinary journey through time to explore the captivating history of the Mauryan Empire. From its humble beginnings to its grandeur, we're about to uncover the incredible rise and fall of this ancient dynasty. But before we dive in, a special message for all of you who are enjoying our content. Your support means the world to us. Mauryan Empire. The Mauryan Empire was established in 322 BC by the great king Chandragupta Maurya. The era of the Mauryas is a milestone throughout the entire existence of ancient India. The Mauryan Empire was broad and the most powerful in the realm of Old Indian history in the ruling from 322 BC to 185 BC. The Mauryan Empire was not just about the vast extension of its geographical territories. It gave the Indian subcontinent a strong centrally controlled administration. During this period, even trade, commerce, and agriculture flourished. This led to overall economic development in the region. Mauryan Empire, origin. Before the Mauryan Empire was founded, a major part of the Indian subcontinent was under the rule of the Nanda dynasty. The capital of the Nanda Empire was Pataliputra in the Magadh region. People in the Nanda kingdom were unhappy with the oppressive tactics used by its ruler Dhanananda. Kautilya, also known as Chanakya or Vishnugupta, had an old enmity with the Nanda dynasty. He had mentored Chandragupta Maurya since his young days and had trained him to develop his administrative skills, governing skills as well as military skills. On the advice of Chanakya, Chandragupta Maurya started preparations of gathering troops and resources for the battle to attack Magadh. Chandragupta Maurya planned a unique strategy to conquer the Nanda Empire. On one hand, he kept the soldiers of Dhanananda busy on the battlefield fighting with his forces. On the other hand, he conspired with the corrupt military generals within the Nanda kingdom to initiate a civil war. In this commotion, the heir to the throne of the Nanda Empire died. The reigning king Dhanananda was heartbroken by this incident and decided to step down. Then he handed over his powers to Chandragupta Maurya. Thus, the rule of the Nanda dynasty came to an end and the Mauryan Empire was founded in the year 322 BC. Mauryan Empire, expansion phase. After establishing the Mauryan Empire in Pataliputra, Chandragupta Maurya took up the task of geographical extension of its territory. He focused on expansion of its northwest frontiers in between 317 to 316 BCE. First, he took control over those Greek satraps which were left behind by Alexander. When Alexander died, Chandragupta Maurya forced Alexander's army to move away from the west bank of the Indus River. Thus, entire northwest India came under the control of the Mauryan Empire. There was Seleucid-Mauryan War, 305 to 303 BC, between Chandragupta Maurya and Seleucus I Nicator, founder of the Seleucid Empire. At the end of a 2-year-long war, Chandragupta acquired the territory of the Indus Valley region and part of Afghanistan. The Mauryan Empire was ruled by Chandragupta's son Bindusara during the period of 298 to 269 BC. Bindusara focused on the southern parts of India and had annexed the territory in the Deccan region. Bindusara's son was Ashoka, who is considered the greatest ruler of the Mauryan Empire. The Mauryan Empire reached its highest glory under his reign between 269 and 232 BC. He continued with the expansion of the Mauryan Empire. His greatest achievement was defeating the Kalingas in the deadly Kalinga War fought in 262 to 261 BC. Thus, Kalinga, which was located on the east coast of India, came under the Mauryan Empire. Mauryan Empire decline, causes. Ashoka was devastated to see the huge loss of lives during the Kalinga War and decided to put an end to all expansion campaigns. Later, he embraced Buddhism and started spreading messages of peace and non-violence. The Mauryan Empire began to decline after the death of Ashoka. There were constant internal conflicts on who would rule the Mauryan Empire next. Moreover, certain policy matters adopted by Ashoka weakened the Mauryan Empire and led to its downfall. Those policies were highly centralized administration, total apathy towards war and violence. Neglect of the northwest frontier led to several attempts of invasion from outside. Suppressive action over the provinces. Local provincial leaders were unhappy as they were not given sufficient power. When the central rule became weak, they started revolting. The last king of the Mauryan dynasty was Brihadratha, who was unfortunately killed by his own commander-in-chief Pushyamitra. The Mauryan Empire declined in 185 BC. Later, Pushyamitra established the Shunga dynasty and mostly ruled in the central part of India. Mauryan sources. There are two authentic sources from which we have learned about the history of the Mauryan Empire. These are literary evidences. A. The Arthashastra by Kautilya. As we know, Kautilya or Chanakya was Chandragupta's mentor and advisor. This book has detailed information on administrative functions and state policies of the Mauryan Empire during Chandragupta's time. B. Indica by Megasthenes. The author of this book, Megasthenes, shared a good relationship with Chandragupta. Actually, he was a Greek ambassador but was impressed with the administrative functions of the Mauryas which he mentioned in his book. C. The Puranas. In Vishnu Purana, it is mentioned that the Nanda dynasty was destroyed by Chandragupta. D. Buddhist literature. Texts on Buddhism like Jatakas, Daiganikaya and Sumangala Vilasini provide sufficient information about the history of the Mauryan Empire. E. Jain literature. The Jaina Parishishta Parvan was written by Hemchandra describing details of various aspects of Chandragupta's life including his embrace of Jainism. Jaina Kalpasutra by Acharya Bhadrabahu captured the Mauryan history. Archaeological sources. A. The archaeological remains of the Mauryan palace in Patliputra were found in Kumrahar, present-day Patna. B. The structural remains excavated in Kaushambi provide evidence of the robust defense system of the Mauryas. C. There are other prominent sites where archaeological remains were found are Taxila, Mathura, and Baida. D. The stupas constructed by Ashoka still exist in different parts of India, Sanchi, Amaravati, Dhali, Bodh Gaya, etc. E. Various forms of Ashoka's inscriptions. Ashoka's edicts were written on rocks, pillars and slab stones and can still be found in different locations. Examples: 14 major rock edicts, 6 pillar edicts and 2 minor rock edicts. Conclusion. Summing up the topic, Mauryan Empire origin, sources and decline. Here are the 4 important points to remember. Mauryan Empire was established in 322 BC with its capital in Pataliputra which is now known as Patna. Mauryan Empire is believed to be the largest empire ever established in India. After the demise of Ashoka, bad governance led to the decline of the Mauryan Empire in 185 BC. The historical evidence which authenticates the power and vastness of the Mauryan Empire are the literary works based on that era and the Mauryan art and architecture. And there you have it, an awe-inspiring glimpse into the rise and fall of the Mauryan Empire. If you found this journey through history as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like and share this video. Your support encourages us to continue bringing you more enthralling content.